It's Friday, March 20 or March 18th, March 18th, 2022. And this is the Soapbox. It's the after show where we hang out and talk about whatever. We just got done spending an hour and 48 minutes talking about the latest Marvel news and Dick Tracy.
I'm like looking at pictures of Go Gomez, and I'm just getting flashbacks of like as a kid. Every time someone said something relatively close to that name, like was I being thrown slurs at?
Robert De Niro and Jack Nicholson were offered the role of Dick Tracy. What? That's crazy, dude.
I can't see that.
Neither can I. Neither can I. So apparently, yeah, he really just wanted to get this movie made. And when so many people were saying no, he's like, fine, I'll direct it and I'll star in it
He
too.
pulled out the Infinity Gauntlet.
He did. He just
I'll
did
do
what
it
he had.
myself.
He did it himself. That's pretty funny, man. I really did enjoy watching that movie today. That was super fun, but it did kind of bore me in the middle of it, like because one, I knew the twist with No Face or the blank, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I knew going in that was the big reveal.
I didn't see that twist, so I guess that's good.
Wow. Okay.
I can't recall things that like projected it. I'm sure if I watch it again, I will. But
It's they're pretty good at hiding it. But I think the thing that projects it the most is the wardrobe, the costuming. Like, just the fact that like every man in that movie has the largest shoulders ever because of the coats and stuff. And when you actually see No Face's frame or the blank's frame, it's very thin compared to every man in that movie. And I think that's pretty much the only real giveaway. They try to keep that one kind of.
I feel like it wasn't that big of a secret because every time they mention No Face or the blank, like Breathless Mahoney does a shifty-eyed kind of thing.
Like,
plus, if we're going by like my wife's rules, like straight Dracula rules, like anyone that's a Dracula is the bad guy.
She wears some Dracula dresses for sure, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what the hell? Her full-on ass crack was out in that one dress, and I'm like, this is a goddamn Disney movie, guys. What are you?
A PG
That's
movie.
why
Yeah,
Disney is
stretching
like
that
on the
PG.
fence. That's why Disney's like, I don't know. Frank, right before you got here, I was just reading that apparently Robert De Niro and Jack Nicholson were both approached to play Dick Tracy.
Oh, wow.
So what it looks like is Warren Beatty owned the rights to this movie and wanted it to get made. And every time he tried to get a director or an actor, they both said no. So then Ricky's like, he just fucking Thanos'd it and said, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. So so I really did feel like he was stretched a bit thin. Like when I was watching him, I just felt like every other person in that movie was just fully committed to just that character. But that guy had so much going on in his head, man. You know, like he was running the whole damn show. So,
and aside from that, he had to figure out how to bang Sean Young and Madonna. He's stretched thin. The poor guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how he could function.
He definitely was banging Madonna at the time. He Warren Beatty's in the Truth or Dare video, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is he really?
The documentary? Yeah.
I never watched the documentary. I was too young, and I just forgot about it as time.
Yeah, he's in it because he was dating her at the time when that was. And just to be clear, Warren Beatty was significantly older than Madonna back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No
judgment. Just
but she liked to bang back then anyway. So she likes to bang now from what we see.
It's true.
So aside from Go Gomez and Joe Jitsu, I found I couldn't think of the third person, but it's a dog named Hemlock Holmes who makes fun of English people. He's a anthropomorphic dog.
I was telling Dennis, like, given my last name now, I think people were making fun of me when they said Go
Gomez. Yeah,
they were,
dude. Like, so I'm not the type to get mad at stereotypes in cartoons, especially old cartoons. But Go Gomez used to rub me the wrong fucking way, man. Like, I'd hear that guy talk.
Is he worse than Speedy Gonzalez?
I like Speedy Gonzalez. I thought he was cute, but Gomez.
Speedy Gonzalez's sidekick, the sleepy one.
Dude, his sidekicks were pretty bad. They're like, you banged my sister, and Speedy Gonzalez would be like, yeah, I totally banged your sister.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm not gonna do the voice, but
At one stage in the film's development, Steven Spielberg was offered the director's chair.
Oh,
That's a movie
what
I would
can
what
see.
see
would a
his-
Dick
yeah.
Tracy Steven Spielberg movie or Steven Spielberg directed Dick Tracy movie look
Better
like?
than the one we watched.
You think so?
Bet, yeah. But still, it would have looked like that. Have you watched the West Side Story yet? Have you watched that yet?
No, still haven't got a chance to. I've been up Elden Ring's ass crack like
Yeah.
all week.
I'm
After
looking
seeing
up,
that, I can see in my mind, I can see a Dick Tracy that would look just like a better version of this one, but it would still very much pay homage to that.
Oh
that
my
style.
God. So I'm on the Go Gomez site. Sorry, I just looked at this when you were talking, and his name is Manuel Tijuana Guadalajara Tampico Gomez Jr.
oh no,
Are you kidding me right now? That is the
I'm-
most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm
And I don't
watching
really
clips
care
of the
about that.
Dick Tracy Disneyland show and
Oh,
the
man.
the meet and greet they had there. It's so bad. They had people in full ass costumes. It's like,
Oh, snap, man. At the same time, it's cool that they, even though it was
with
kind of
a
a
gun,
stereotype.
mind you.
Okay, wait. Do you think it's better with the stereotype, or do you think the representation is? Would you rather have the representation with the stereotype or no representation at all?
Mm,
What do
probably
you think's
no
better?
representation. At
No
all.
represent. So the movie did it better then.
That's what I said. Like I talked
Yeah.
myself off the ledge. Like I came prepared. I didn't have a lot of notes for the show, but my one note was like, "Where's all the black people at?" And then now that once you started talking about the cartoon, I was like, "I'm kind of happy there was no black people in this movie because it would have been really bad." And like, and not because there'd be black people, because they would have racist it up pretty hard in that
It would have
movie.
been Officer Leroy Jenkins.
Oh my god, it was I think it was missing a lot of like cultural inappropriateness because they chose to just stay away from anything on that topic, and that was
Do you
which
think
is
that was
really
by
weird because
choice
it's
or
30s,
by,
right?
like, you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
it
Ricky?
is.
like they make that? Did they sit down and say, "Hey, you know what? We're not gonna do these characters back in 1990"?
I mean, Disney was still running the show, and Disney was trying to be a lot less offensive than their past had already been. So if it's a Disney movie in 1990, there was a lot of scrutiny going on that movie.
There was a recently, Disneyland does like high school bands come through and they perform, right? Like I think it's Monday or Tuesday they had a school whose mascot was a Native American character, and they came with headdresses, and people were kind of losing their shit. Like, how does that still happen?
Oh,
And let
man.
alone get invited to Disneyland to perform
My high school definitely had that.
the headdress.
And yeah, they had a
Oh,
Native American
What
in a headdress.
was your mascot?
So this is really awkward.
Oh wait,
My
maybe
hi-
you shouldn't say it because that's one of those
No,
data
no, no, no.
farming. That's
No,
a
no,
data farming question. They ask you what your mascot is on some of them.
Oh, that's fair. I never
Yeah,
used that
maybe
one.
maybe don't mention it.
I could tell you later.
Maybe
but
maybe
nobody-
write it or put it in the private chat and we could talk about it.
Yeah. I'll tell you
racist.
later. It surprisingly was not racist. It was a weird thing, but like it wasn't technically that a Native American was the mascot, but like they didn't know how to depict it, so they just went with a Native American.
Oh my god!
Like the Warriors or something.
Like that's like
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
That's
It's-
funny.
It's pretty funny, but dude, I just found out Dick Van Dyke, who only worked on the film for 3 days, broke his shoulder in that take when the blank shoots him,
What the fuck?
and and that's the take that they went with and used in the actual film. He broke his shoulder in that scene. We got to watch Dick Van Dyke break his shoulder on screen.
Wow.
Now I love that even more.
You would think that like he'd break his shoulder in like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or something, but holy crap!
Oh, this is a fun fact. Right. By the way, there's a million fun facts on this movie, which tells me people do like it. They just somehow we all forgot about it. Right before the 5 villains at the poker game are killed, the brow gets 2 pair, aces and eights. This is
Alright.
wild. This is wildly known as the dead man's hand.
Dead man's hand, yeah.
Since famous Sheriff Wild Bill Hickok of Deadwood, South Dakota, was holding it when he was shot and killed in 1876.
Well, that I didn't know.
That's cute.
That's where it got its dead man. That's where the dead man's hand got its name. Did you ever play
Yeah.
that card game? What was it? Not Borderlands, something Lands. It's the one that has like the Huckley or the. It has a group called the Hucksters, and they were like the magic users. So your deck can be built around that, and then it was all
that
like
sounds familiar.
Boomtown.
I've heard this before.
It was a cool card game, but they had there was a bonus like if you got like a dead man's hand in that card game. It was kind of cool.
Ricky, in case you were wondering, the official body count of this movie is 27. There was
Pretty good.
That's
27 dead people.
That's way less than a Batman movie.
It probably is, honestly.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but George Clooney Batman, point goes to George Clooney Batman because he never kills.
I know. He never kills. I've always said point goes to him. I like to say point goes to Val Kilmer as well, but people will argue Two-Face to death. Whatever, it's fine. I say he just threw a bunch of coins in the air. What happens after that ain't his fault.
That's the same kind of logic that I don't have to save you. Yes, you do.
That's not murder.
No,
it's not. That's not murder.
He only has to save him. If it's within his capabilities,
I would not be prosecuted in a court of law for throwing some coins into the air, bro. No one's ever gonna do that.
Yeah, but Batman, he hung on his parents' death for so long that he formed his identity around it.
No, it's his parents' murders.
Okay, that proves my point all the more. So the fact that he would throw coins in the air and get someone murdered would make him feel so much guilt.
They're not murdered if they just fall and die. If it's not murder if they just fall and die.
That's not Spider-Man level guilt. It's definitely, but Batman would definitely not. If Batman can save someone, he will. He will always save someone.
It's not the same thing.
But did Kilmer kill anyone else on that?
No.
Is that the argument? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's why it's my argument.
Who else didn't he? Okay, let me think about it. I got to think about that movie now.
But you're 100% right that Clooney officially got away with 0 murder.
And how many did Pattinson kill? Maybe like 5? That's still pretty. He's got rookie numbers compared to Bale and.
I mean, who did he kill in that movie?
Well, when he's driving that car on the freeway, there are people dying.
Yeah.
There are people dying. Okay, that was
how many? It was a truck and maybe like 2 or 3.
There are people dying, but like he actively did make it a point to say that he was trying not to kill people. You know, so so I give him points for that.
You think what does Batman do in the situation? All right, dudes selling drugs at the stroke of midnight. Marijuana sales become legal.
Yeah.
At 12:01, Batman shows up and sees this dude selling drugs. Does Batman still beat up that dude or no?
No. Well, I mean, unless he needs information from him, then he'll break his arm and then be like, "Now talk."
Does Batman have that foresight to say, "Hey, at this time, you're good. You're good to go"?
Or maybe at 12:59, he's beating the dude's ass, and then once midnight hits, he stops. He's all like, "You're free to go. You're free to go, citizen, but don't cross that line into my territory again," or something like that. You know.
I'm confused. What are we doing? What is the
Batman needs to be so up to date on the law because things can change if he's beating you up.
Yeah, we're talking about Batman just being up to date on the law. Is all. So when a new law goes into effect, Batman's like the Purge. Maybe he's trying to get all the marijuana dealers off the streets, and then once midnight hits and marijuana's legal, he's just like, fuck it.
He's like, "You're good to go."
I see what you're saying. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's a tough one. I know. What there was a joke somewhere, right? Like the vigilante made that joke in like episode 2 or 3.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Of Peacemaker, right? Like,
it's like 2 years ago, I would have arrested you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But who knows?
Freaking little face, man.
Little face.
I'm just thinking about the cards. So I'm looking up the tops cards for Dick Tracy, and like there's so many cards that I'm like, oh man, little face, he's gonna be a key player. Or the brow is totally gonna be like someone to fear in this universe. Nope.
Oh yeah, I remember you got all bitter because like stuff didn't end up being as important for characters.
Well, just because I dug the cards, I dug the aesthetic of the card. I thought it looked cool, and the brow's actually a key gangster in the cartoon and the comic strips.
Yeah, that's why they were just trying to get as many in there, right? Like that's.
And we gotta sell these toys.
I think as a kid, I didn't appreciate that. Like I didn't appreciate what's his name dying in Executive Decision. What was it? Steven Seagal, was it?
Oh yeah, he does, huh?
Like in the first 10 seconds of the movie, but he's all over the cover and like the rear cover and stuff. But he's like gone in 60 seconds. He's just gone. That's it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm prepping pictures that I can show you guys all. So I'm looking away. I'm not looking at your awesome faces at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. I prefer it this way. Spider-Man. We can switch subjects for a minute.
60th anniversary of Spider-Man.
Has anybody rewatched No Way Home?
No
time.
I'm good.
I got a bitch ass dragon to kill tonight.
Old Elden Rings.
I gotta
get time for that shit.
Like 10 Fortnite levels today.
Hey, so, I thought you were playing Elden Ring also, Ricky. Didn't you give that a shot?
I played a bit more last Saturday. I've literally just come out of the dungeon, and then when you go straight, there's like this little encampment.
Yeah, it's like a church inside, and there's an
like
encampment,
or a church in ruins or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And I kept getting my ass handed to me there.
Oh yeah, don't fuck with that dude on the horse. Like that guy'll fuck you up.
So then I went left, and then I saw I read the little signs or whatever on the floor and said, "Look up." And I look up, and there's this big white monkey-looking thing, and I just see it there like staring at me, but I haven't walked far enough to trigger it.
Okay.
I took a step, and then it just bitch slapped me into oblivion.
Yeah.
So I respawned again, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go right. And I go right, and there's a swamp pretty close by.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. Like at that time, my girlfriend comes walking in, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is Elden Ring." Oh yeah, she's heard about Elden Ring. And I'm just showing her, yeah, it's really hard. And then all of a sudden, this big ass dragon just comes and smokes me out of nowhere.
Yeah, that dragon's a dick.
Hilarious. So that's how far I've gotten.
Okay.
I need to sit down with it. I haven't really had time to play games because I'm kind of stressed about not getting all my Fortnite stuff for this season. So,
wow, really?
Oh man, that causes stress.
I pay $10 for my battle pass, man. I gotta get all the content from it.
I thought it's $8.
$8 for my battle pass, man. I gotta get all my content for
it. Yeah, I was trying to get Lindsay more because we were trying to get at least the Future Foundation, but I don't think we're gonna do it. But when does the season end? Does it end
tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 5?
I think so. It's whenever the store refreshes. That's when their end date is.
Okay, well that's not so bad then. You have time. You can do it. You can do 10. But I got a question. Does your multiplier on your win streaks increase the amount of HP you get?
I don't know.
Okay, because I definitely feel like Lindsay, she got a lot of levels in just the 2 days that we played. She got 6 levels, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fast. So I was just curious. Yeah. I am going back through so many months of beautiful pictures because I wanted to show you guys all the stuff I've been taking pictures of that I never share with you guys.
I know Dennis's answer, but Frank, are you gonna make an effort to watch Morbius or no?
Yeah. I think now that I found that 21 and up theater, it's given me it's made me want to go to the movies a little more often because it's a nice secluded area. The seats are in the area that I like sitting on, which is the very top. The seats are grouped in twos, so it's a nice little like island away
In
from
fairness, I'm more interested in seeing that than I would be Venom.
I mean, it's coming out during WonderCon. You can.
I think the real problem is getting Sarah to be quiet during the movie. Because
Oh.
she like how Dennis is talking about himself, describing himself like not being able to be quiet during the movie, not being socialized anymore. Like she
Mhm.
100% like that.
Yeah.
She'll try to full on have a conversation, like be like, "Do you want a charcuterie board for dinner tonight?" Like in the middle of like a
Hell
scene or
yeah!
something.
You don't want a charcuterie board for dinner?
Oh, I'd be like, "Yes, but be quiet." yes, but not right now. Like let's watch this movie, you know, something like that. Or she'll pull out a phone or something, and it bugs
Mhm.
no one but me because I'm sitting right there. But it doesn't even bug me that much, really. I'm blurry.
Wow. Okay. So I found all the pictures of stuff that I've taken in the most recent, I guess this year. And I was going to
Where
share
can I
those.
buy those stands? Those little metal ones. I want them.
That's the one that
The,
goes up the butt, right?
Yeah.
yeah, the metal stands I've shown you before. Oh, I didn't realize you're sharing my stuff.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Don't share my stuff when I'm not ready. How long
Oh
you been doing
no!
that?
I mean,
The
we
whole
saw
time, pretty much
we
the whole
saw the
time you
nudes,
set it
but
up.
I mean,
Really? I told you I was picking photos so that you wouldn't show my private photos.
I'm just kidding
I
about
mean-
it.
Oh, really? Did he just start doing it?
Yeah, he just started doing it right now.
Okay. Well,
I'm just
give me
kidding.
1 second, and then I will share them of my own free will.
He showed that pic of you and your wife. It was pretty good.
Yeah, seriously. I do have a story on that. Remind me on that. But
When
here,
you guys
here
are
you
playing
go.
Iron Man and Pepper.
Here you go. Here's cool pictures that I can show of my action figures that I've had this year. If you want, we can still keep talking. So I can tell you a fun story that you were just reminded me of. So today I got a notification from Google that like some passwords had been like found online because of data breaches of different things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like for the billionth time, one of breach or whatever was Kickstarter,
God damn it.
right?
yeah, it's a good breaching site.
And it's constant, right? And so the other one was Comic Cave Studios, which I thought was funny because they don't actually exist anymore. So I don't know what to do about that. Like they have a different full on different store and everything. It doesn't have my data, my information and stuff. So whatever. But anyways, when I was trying to figure that out with Comic Cave, their new store, I sent a password reset to see if I had an account. And so I checked my Hotmail because it's like that's what I use for these old ass websites is like my old Hotmail account. And it was super funny because I'm looking in my junk mail to try and find anything from them, and I got nothing, so they don't have me on file.
Yeah.
But what was funny is I found this phishing scam that was so good that I loved it, and it made me realize I was like, man, I kind of love phishing scams for the same reason I love horror movies.
Oh my
Because
God.
you know what I mean? The feeling that you get when you read them. And man, I kind of want to here. I'll read it to you. Wait,
Yeah,
oh no,
let's see it.
I deleted it, didn't I? But I can
Yeah,
still you know
fish
what?
us, please.
Give
No,
me
no,
the
no, no, no.
gist of it, and I'll give you my credit card information.
No. I can still find I can find my search history on that, right? Like because
I sure.
okay,
Was it that well worded that you need to give it to us verbatim?
Oh, because it was a letter. It was basically a letter that was saying, hello, so and so, and then like, hey, sorry, sorry, but got some bad news for you. A while back, we acquired the password to this email address through by purchasing it because it's just that easy, and and it didn't take us long before we were able to like, use so and so I forget the name of it, like a beacon to access all of my devices and everything like that. And it was just like, and then it starts telling me about how like yeah, they pretty much got access to everything of mine, and they couldn't help but notice that I'm a big fan of adult websites, and they start and they start telling me about like how like we know about the stuff that makes you, that brings you all the joy, and and we've even got videos of you masturbating and stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man, this is great. Tell me more. Tell me more. And so basically they're saying that, like, hey, we understand you don't want this kind of information getting out. And they're like, honestly, we could just look right now at the click of a mouse. I could just look at stuff, and basically see you jerking off. Like, they don't say it in that way. They try and say it in a very nice way.
Yeah.
These are a little overexposed. Some of these pictures I'm looking at. I'm watching the
Of you
pictures
jerking
while
off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a cool picture.
You jerking off? All I see
yeah.
is fucking shield.
Yes,
This is garbage. What you're not even sharing the right picture. Dennis, you're not sharing the right picture.
I'm not sharing the right pictures, guys. But so, long story short, they end up extorting me and tell me that they promise they will delete all of this information, and if I just buy them, or I sell them 1 Bitcoin, or give them 1 Bitcoin, pay them.
That's a lot.
Yeah, right. That's a lot. And then they give me a link, where I can to the Bitcoin wallet where I can go and do that stuff. And I just thought it was so funny because it's like, and it also gives me all these rules, like, do not try to find them, do not reply to this email. The email was from like Microsoft Power Apps. It wasn't even like, they had like totally spoofed the whole email address and everything. And it was just really funny. But it did make me realize, like, because I took the first lines of the email and I just put it in Google search, and then I found the whole damn thing. Like, it's a whole malware scam.
I've gotten that email before.
Oh yeah. How many Bitcoins have you bought?
Just only 10, but not a big deal. No, actually, like, I'm all like, I would just reply to the email usually and be like, fucking do it. Like, my parents would be slightly disappointed by some of the content that I jerked to, but fucking do it. Like, I care.
But it cracked me up for 2 reasons. One, because I was like, how old are these videos? Because, like, I definitely don't do that in front of a camera anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then there was another part where it was saying, it was threatening to like share them with all my friends, family, and colleagues. And I was like,
oh man, that'd be
colleagues, sweet. Huh? I don't have any. And I was like, so there's just a few things that just like made me be like, I think you're not telling the truth.
That's pretty funny.
But I did, for a brief moment while I was reading it, I really got pulled in to the horror of it all, right? And I thought about it, and I was like, man, how crazy would that feel? Like I agree with you, Frank. Like, at the end of the day, like, if people did do that, I would be butthurt at first. I would be really upset. But then in the long run, I'd be like, who doesn't do that? You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't do that?
I would be bummed.
It's like I wouldn't let that ruin my life.
Of the what's that movie with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen?
Oh, the VIP.
Knocked up.
The internet, the invite,
where she's the president, basically.
Yeah. I can't think of
that is of spoilers. That's the plot.
The
of
Insider? Movie. No. Fuck, what was? I'm looking it up right now. Charlie's long shot.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't realize I had taken you guys off of the thing. There you go. You can be on the screen while I show off pictures.
I guess if we have to.
Yeah, it's better this way. Are you digging my pictures so far? Are they cool?
Yeah, they're pretty sick. I like the Scarlet Witch one in particular.
I like
it until I saw these Spider-Man ones.
This one was one of my favorite ones.
That one's really good. Oh, the Toxic Crusader, excellent. Cannonball. And Domino Harvey.
Despair.
What was the name of that internal Sony website? Was it Shipped?
Yeah, something like that.
What was it? I don't know if it was shipped. Was it shipped?
I'm not saying this on this freaking.
Oh, are we not? Is that supposed to be like a secret thing?
I don't know.
Tell me. What's it called, Frank?
I forgot. I'm just trying to
check out Sleepwalker.
I'm updating my resume and I just forgot what it's called.
Ship.
and nobody wants to help me.
Ship.
Gotcha. I'm a secret Sony spy. I've been fucking playing the long game.
and then I say it.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say it?
I don't think it exists anymore, but whatever.
No, I used it when I was in my
I had a
previous.
chance to buy a Oculus Quest VR this week, and
Oh, really?
I didn't, and I kind of regret it.
I'm tempted, man. I really want to.
Look, it's Rintra.
It's Bova.
It's Ricky in D&D.
It's Bovo.
It's me and D&D.
Except you're not green.
Oh shit! What was that? Is that Cannonball?
It is Cannonball.
That's sick.
Yeah, he has removable waist.
Oh, that's badass. How does
So
it
you
clip?
can-
Like a magnet?
He's
Like
got
a
a peg in his torso.
Oh, that's cool, man. I like that.
It just pegs into either the hips or this thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it is cool. There's Domino. There's Ricky again.
Domino Harvey.
Yeah, I've just been trying to knock out because I got so many of
I like
these
the America
figures.
Chavez. She looks good.
The America Chavez is a really cool looking
Is that
figure.
her? Is
I
that
love
the
her.
first America Chavez figure?
It is the first Marvel Legend of her ever. Yeah. I like Wong too. He looks cool. Doctor Strange looks a little too happy, if you ask me. He's a little smiley.
Is that a cloth cape?
No, that's his cape.
Huh. On the other Strange, I've seen people panel line that with brown Gundam marker, and it looks pretty good. The
Where?
other one, the blue one? No, sorry, that one.
This one?
Yeah, people panel line the yellow on the cape,
Huh.
and it looks really, really good.
Interesting.
So if you want to buy Gundam markers, there you go.
They'll consider it. This guy's got a medal in his stomach. By the way, those are from ACVA, so they're usually sold out, so that's why you can't buy them. But they're literally just coat hangers, just bent to do the thing. But again, I still warn that I only do it for the pictures, and then I immediately take them off because they will wreck your plastic over
How do they
time.
wreck the plastic? It's just a
Because
metal-
gravity.
He just
gravity.
slides down the pole, or what?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, you got a bunch of OnlyFans subscribers.
exactly.
I mean, I'm cool with my Spider-Man having a gaping hole in his butt. Like,
What'd you guys do for St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day?
I wore green and had corned beef.
Nice.
I watched
It's actually
The
pretty good.
Dropout again. We
The
were
Dropout?
caught up on the Theranos TV show.
Is that
pretty good.
a St. Patrick's Day show or something?
No, nothing related to St. Patrick's Day.
What did you do, Frank?
Ooh, Amanda Seyfried, Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon. Damn.
Mhm.
Okay. William H. Macy. Wow.
It has a dude. Yeah, it's a pretty good cast.
What's it about? Is it about a
The,
dropout?
No, the
We told you about it
talked
last
about
week.
it.
Yeah,
The blood
yeah.
Oh,
testing.
that's what you were talking about. Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. They promised they could test with just one drop of blood.
Yeah.
Hence the name. It's Dropout. Get it?
Every time you say that, I think like Dangerous Minds or some shit like that. Wow, there's
Gotcha.
people in this. That's cool.
I'm staying on this cool picture of the Thing because he's super cool looking.
You
'cause
need
he's
to
running and
dirty
he's on
wash
one
that
foot.
thing.
The ever loving thing.
I'm not gonna blackwash all of my things. I have one that's already like that. I kind of like having some like this.
It's like a Cheeto.
I still think he looks good. He has good texture on him.
He's a Cheeto.
I think he could probably use some better lighting or something to show the grooves or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see his face.
Don't shit on my lighting.
What
What do you think of her face?
What I'm
She-
saying is like
she
the lighting's
looks
too good.
like the girl the Dropout show is based off of.
At first when I saw this face, I didn't love it, but the more and more I look at it, the more I like it because it has so much character. It's really cool looking.
Tell me
Her
this
mouth
not
her
that
mouth is
person.
actually slightly open, by the way. So it's slightly open. And then there's the other version of look. Where'd she go? Where'd she
Are
go?
they the same
Where'd
sculpt?
she go?
You
Yeah.
showed us a blank slide. That's
It's
weird.
the same sculpt.
Why would you show us a blank slide?
I like
Is that
I
the
like-
dropout?
That's the sassy.
Tell me
Oh,
that's
you
not
should-
her.
That's
very
not
very
her.
similar.
There's my sassy high evolutionary.
Oh man, he's sassy.
Yeah.
He's sugar.
There's my psycho man who's running away from something, but we'll never know what.
Do you have the book or whatever? The Psycho book?
Yeah, I didn't put it in him in that hand.
Oh.
In the other picture, he had it. I try to change out accessories. This
Should have
poor
backlit
guy.
that Human Torch.
He is backlit. That's why you can see through him.
Should have backlit him some more.
Then he would be too hard to see.
That's a good vision.
Yeah, he's got the pull up his butt.
I like the different whites on him.
I like this. This
That's
picture's
sick.
cool.
That's super sick.
Yeah.
Did you see that Hot Toys bootleg WandaVision figure?
No.
No.
Oh, is that the one that
The one with the weird
has
face?
the weird face? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh yeah. I did see it. It's bootleg? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a bootleg. It's not official.
Yeah.
She's called like the Halloween Witch or something like that.
Yeah. I forget what it is, but I've seen it. But that face is rough.
The Halloween Witch.
I think it. Yeah.
This picture's cool. This face is a face only a mother could love right here.
It looks
I
like a
love
Dick
that.
Tracy character.
He does look like a Dick Tracy character.
They call him the
Oh,
Scales.
does he come with those guns?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. The
Yeah, he comes-
little pistol laser thing looks really
Yeah, he's got like sci-fi laser guns. Yeah. And then there's a sleepy Strange. He's taking a nap.
I see you didn't cut your Strange's
Oh.
torso on the other side.
What are you talking about?
The little skirt. So you can flip up his legs more.
It has a cut already on it.
Has slits.
On the left side, not the right side though.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna cut it.
Ricky's a perfectionist when it comes
I'm
to
just
sleepy
saying,
Stranges.
I know about toys too.
I'm not gonna cut him. Check that
Nice.
picture out. That's cool.
Dude, that binary toy is sick.
Yeah, I like her. She's really pretty.
Yeah. The way they
I
did
think
the
her legs are a
gradient.
little thin. I think a little thin in the legs.
You don't need to body shame.
A little thin.
Oh, is that a different head?
Oh, damn.
No, it's the same head.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's the same head.
That's cool.
Dude, that's tight. That's
Yeah.
does that fit over her hands or they replace her hands?
Yeah, they fit over her fists.
That's cool. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot to tell you, I don't have them handy, but my daughter bought me like $100 worth of He-Man toys.
Nice.
I have some of the ones I didn't have. What's up?
So like 2 figures?
Yeah. No, it's like 3 or 4 figures and then 2 vehicles. So I got like Stridor, which is that robot horse, and then I got was it Land Shark? Such an imaginative name.
Yeah. What pose is your Spider-Man doing right now, Frank?
He's not in my hands. He's at whatever my mom's doing to pack him up.
Oh,
but
that's right. That's right.
She just sent me a picture of the box so she just sent it. So she was letting me know. So I'll probably likely have it by like Monday or Tuesday.
Look at Herman.
That's sick. That's really sick.
I think he looks cool.
Did you make those, or is that one of the ones that
No,
they
he
came
comes
with it?
those. Yeah,
That's
he comes
cool.
with those.
That's super cool.
You should panel on him too.
No way.
Yeah.
No, because he's not even panel lined in the comics all the time.
Is he in that picture in the background? He's totally panel lined.
No, he's not. He's absolutely not in that picture. He's absolutely not. I still have the box.
Absolutely not, Ricky.
He's got lines in him, but they're not black lines. He's got
they're lines of color, Ricky.
It's a slightly different shade of the same orange.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put a little orange.
Like he is on the picture.
I mean,
he's literally got lines and you can see them.
But that'd be cooler if they're orange.
No.
He looks cool though.
I think he looks really cool. You can see the definition. You can see all the texture on him. He's fine. He looks great. Anyways, I'm done sharing. I hadn't shown that stuff off, and I do intend to make something with it, but it's just they were dropping them on me like crazy these last few weeks. So I also got the 2-pack of the both Captain Americas in the mail today or yesterday, but I don't have those in the room. Yeah,
I need to find a place for my so I have this like wooden paneling kind of thing that's a shelf, and I've decided that the one in this room is going to be for He-Man's, and then I have one in the game room, and I think that's going to be for like Spider-Man's. because I could use like the walls and stuff to like have them like sticking to the wall or something. What's a good way to adhere them to the wall without damaging the toy? You found anything good?
You can
Fishing wire is for them to hang
magnets.
usually, but
Magnets?
yeah, like so. For example, magnets you could do. What you could do is you could put sticky tack or blue tack. Have you ever seen blue tack?
Yeah, yeah.
You could take some blue tack and adhere that to a magnet, and then
Okay.
put that on their
I was
palms.
looking
Will it hold
on,
if I use the 4 points of contact, wall, hands and feet,
Uh,
or
you
will I
won't
have to put something in the back or something? Or
you won't easily be able to get all both the feet flat and the hands. So you'll have to choose one or the other. Because the problem with Marvel Legends, and I mean, it's not a huge problem, but like, they don't put toe articulation in, so it's really hard to get Spider-Man's feet flat on the
I saw
on surfaces.
someone found or magnets on Amazon, like the strong ones, that are the right dimensions for the peg hole. So all you do is plug them into the peg hole.
You can glue them in there.
Yeah, you glue them in there.
Okay.
But it's a one and done.
Yeah. You could get his feet flat if he's back against the wall. You know how like he sits on his own feet.
That's what I was thinking for some of them.
Yeah.
Just
Now
just because of the magnets or whatever.
Yeah, the super nice Spider-Man I have, the Mafex one, he actually comes with alternate feet and hands that have magnets in them.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's
so you can do that.
Mafex?
Yeah, Mafex. But those are way more expensive than Marvel Legends. Way more expensive.
Damn, you're trying to big bank, little bank me for Spider-Man? All right.
I am trying to big bank, little bank you.
It's only
no.
$138, man.
Yeah.
I'm willing to drop $7 on a Yelena Belova Bishojo figure.
Your He-Man figures.
That Mafex Spider-Man is probably one of my favorite toys. It's really cool.
Pretty badass.
They also have black suit Spider-Man now, and they have a Ben Reilly in the same. It's the same body.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the Ben Reilly and the black suit just came out, or no, Ben Reilly just came out like in the last few weeks, like, and the black suit's slated to come out later this year.
Ooh, that Ben Reilly is fucking dope.
Yeah.
$140. That's not bad. Like for that, that's pretty fucking sick. But he's got like toe articulation and like.
By the way, $140 you're overpaying. Big Bad, I think like it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Oh really? It's $140 now.
$139.99.
That was
dude, but he has like he can take off his mask and hold his mask in his hand. That is sick.
So can the Spider-Man, the Peter.
Yeah, but who cares about that? This is Ben Reilly. He gets no. I say he gets no love, but he gets so much love now.
Yeah, the clone.
There's clones in Spider-Man.
There's a ton of clones.
Oh my goodness.
Ben Reilly's just like.
But Ben Reilly is commonly known as the clone.
Yeah.
But there are many clones. But Ben Reilly is the most famous of the clones.
They had a little story called Maximum Clonage.
And the Clone Saga.
The clones?
And the Clone Saga.
He's in the Attack of the Clones. He's sitting in the back. He's in the back of the arena.
The clones was one of the many ways they used to get more money out of people by having more Spider-Man.
Okay. I figured that was the answer, but
it also was a pretty cool game mechanic in the Versus system.
$68 for a Ben Reilly Mafex Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a better price.
There's a set here that has Carnage, Venom, regular Spider-Man, and Ben Reilly. Are these all new ones? Are these new?
The Venom's about a year old. Carnage, I don't know if he's come out yet. Maybe yes. I don't remember. I will say the other trick with Mafex is they're a little bit more delicate, so you got to be careful how you play with them.
Yeah.
I like them, but they're dangerous.
Dude, I'm definitely getting the Ben Reilly one, but it's sold out right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. Those are, if you ever go to Japan, they're easier to easier to get there too.
I've been trying. I've been trying for the past couple of years.
That's all you have to do, Frank, is just go to Japan.
Just go to Japan. That's that easy. No, it's they're loosening up the restrictions right now. So I'm hoping maybe the end of the year I could make a trip out.
I want to go so bad.
I
We can go
only
together,
have a handful of Mofx's just because like they're expensive, and I think I have 4. I have
They got a Jean-Paul Valley.
I have Gwenpool because she is so cool. I don't even really love the character Spider-Man.
Yeah, Gwenpool's stupid.
I don't love the character, but you should see the toy. The toy is amazing.
I'll look for it. Jean-Paul Valley's sick though. They got a Nightfall or Night. What's it? Knight's Awakening? Night Quest. Night Quest.
Yeah.
Jean-Paul Valley.
And then I have Spider-Man, and then I have Hush, Batman, and Superman.
Cool. Dude, they got a Cad Bane? Is that right?
Probably. Mofx makes like everything. They make all licensed things. But the reason I don't like them is they only make the most popular stuff that sells. You know what I mean? So you'll
Well, yeah, they're not going to take a chance on Big Wheel. Like
but Marvel Legends will.
They're not going to toss out Gentleman Ghost.
They know you're going to buy it to get the fucking arm of Armadillo or some shit.
No, dude, I would get a Big Wheel just to have Big Wheel. Too.
Yeah, I'd buy Big Wheel. That Big Wheel would be sick.
Yeah, but their cost is so much higher, so they have to make a bigger return on an investment. So they only buy the most expensive but most popular licenses.
Damn, I don't really like the Joker and the new Batman Adventures, but I like this figure that they have. Yeah, the Mofx one looks tight. It looks so good.
Is it the Hush one?
No, I don't know. It just says new Batman Adventures.
Oh,
it's the one with the eyes that I never really warmed up to.
Yeah. Well, this is what Soapbox turned into tonight. Is just us talking about toys.
Us talking about toys. A bunch of grown men talking about toys for context.
Me, big banking, little banking Frank right now.
Yeah. Just saying I can't afford it.
No, I didn't say that.
I'll buy like 6 Mofx's. I'll be straight.
I will warn. Before you buy them, usually look up reviews and stuff, because some end up less cool than others, and some also end up not as cool as the production photos. So like a lot of people got really bummed at Cyclops because they did a Jim Lee Cyclops, and the before versus the after of him is such a womp womp. It's so it's just not. And like people are dropping so much money on these things, you know what I mean? So you want them to be everything they're supposed to be.
Is it on par or less on par with the disappointment in getting the box set of Arkham Asylum video game and seeing that sick Batarang that they had in the publicity stills, and then getting that cheap plastic ass Batarang that they gave us?
The one that's above me.
Is it really up there?
I can't remember. Was that it was going to be metal, right? And then they made it plastic at the last minute.
At the very least, it looked metal.
I would say the biggest disappointment is pre-ordering a year in advance for the collector's edition of Arkham Knight to get the collector's edition that comes with a fucking transforming Batmobile, only to find out like only months before the game came out that GameStop fully canceled your order because they decided at the last minute in production to not go through with the Batmobile. So anybody that pre-ordered that version just got it canceled without being given the opportunity to pre-order a different version of the game.
Oh, wow.
They just straight up told me, oh, we canceled your thing. I'm like, what?
Oh, wow. Customer service right there.
I know, right? But yeah,
so with those two things,
that was the biggest disappointment.
What's the bigger one? The transforming Batmobile one?
The Batmobile broke my heart, man. I wanted a transforming Batmobile.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. He just got done last week talking about.
Look at me and honestly ask, did you?
Did you?
Are you seeing my shirt right now? Like,
did you? Yeah.
His shirt says "butt baby."
It says "butt baby." I can change.
Oh my god, that's sick.
Yeah.
I don't even watch Transformers, or like, not that I don't like them or anything, but I don't really watch them that much. But I would still wear that just because it's funny.
Great shirt.
It's a good shirt. That's cool.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't hate the Batarang. Like I dusted it off a few months ago and had it and got it put up there. I have a whole like Batman like shrine above me, above that shelf up there, because I thought Batman deserved to be up in the darkness, in the darkest corner of my room. But yeah, that's the Batmobile would have gone there if I had the choice.
Do you still have that shelf? Like there's just like a little shelf that you have reserved for if they ever make a transforming Batmobile figure
No, and it just transformed from driving mode to
to
assault
tech
mode.
mode. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
God, I hated that
Yeah.
Batmobile. The over reliance on it.
I love that Batmobile so much. I
I
think it's
I didn't like that you had to complete certain missions using it. Like that always.
yeah, I
I
didn't
never
mind.
played the last game, so I
Well, I
just
mean,
know there was a.
just for such an open world game as it was, as Arkham Knight became, I liked being able to complete things in different ways, and the fact that they force you to do a certain way like was just kind of annoying. I don't like that in any video game.
Yeah, I get that, but I feel like at the end of the day, just because it's open world doesn't mean that you can't have certain types of missions. You know what I mean? Like
True,
you can have different types of missions to just for variety's sake.
true,
So
but I don't want to be locked into playing a certain way.
Yeah.
but if like I need to, if I'm gonna go on the freeway to beat a bad guy or something like that, I'm not gonna walk it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm not.
why wouldn't you back grapple and just like glide the entire way? Like that's what I would do. Well, my problem with it is that you're specced out to be like a maybe a stealth build or like a glide build or something, and then all of a sudden you absolutely have to be
I
good with the
understand what you're
proficient
saying,
with the Batmobile. Yeah,
but there are times where stealth is not an option, and so
sure.
like you just have to accept that in games sometimes that's the case. Just like Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Like some missions are stealth missions, and other ones you don't get a choice. You're just
I
told,
was
oh no,
playing.
you
I
have to
played
fight these
Spider-Man
guys.
this week. That's what I did.
Which one?
The
Miles
Miles?
or Peter?
Peter. I
Peter?
have Miles. I haven't. I for some reason can't transfer my save from the PS4 to the remastered.
Oh, it's
So
like a
I've
convoluted thing.
It's
Like
a
yeah,
thing, but you can do it. It's just like
I've tried like all different ways and it won't go through. So I finally started a new game, and I just
did you turn ray tracing on?
yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool.
where it's at.
Um,
Yeah.
I got all the backpacks.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's
I
a very
liked them.
relaxing game. I just been swinging around. I put it on easy. Like I don't need to feel good about beating that game on hard. So it's kind of fun just to cruise through it.
It's a wonderful game. I love that one.
The Peter's face thing though, man, it's
Oh yeah, the
I
change.
miss the old face.
It's weird because it's basically like he went from Andrew Garfield to like Tom Holland,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but in the weirdest of ways. That was a joy to watch, by the way. Watching No Way Home today is just once again just getting to enjoy the Andrew Garfield of it all, and like, and not like I wasn't overwhelmed with the feelings, or I didn't have to like hear other people. You know, I just got to like enjoy it and be like, yeah, yeah, man, you're cool. You're cool. You know,
Mhm.
like and Lindsay was telling me her favorite scene in the whole movie is when he saves MJ, and I was like, "That's cool. That's you know the scene she likes." I think he you just feel when you're watching him that he was the happiest to be there, you know, to be invited there.
Yeah.
His love for Spider-Man just transcended like you know his performances, like or it made his performances transcend rather.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was really cool.
And Toby's always the most annoyed to be anywhere.
There's
It
so
kind of,
many videos of him all the time, like on the streets, just being annoyed to
but
be
they
filmed.
people bother him. Poor guy though. I feel bad
I know,
for him.
I know. And then he laughs when they like get hit by a car or something like that. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, Toby, you shouldn't do
Yeah.
that. But it's still pretty funny watching
You
you.
shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that, Toby. But it's still funny watching you crash and burn. Like at
It's
least he's
good.
not like Kevin Spacey level. Like
Yeah.
canceled or something.
God.
But Ricky, what compelled you to play those instead of Elden Ring?
Because Elden Ring's too hard.
You know, one thing I do a lot. Talking about like
I know you
accessibility.
masturbate. I've got tons of
Yeah, we
videos
got
of
the videos.
Yeah,
In fact, we need some Bitcoin.
they're all in 4K.
yeah.
I have a webcam cover that's like a physical webcam cover actually because
Yeah.
Oh shit.
it is. I am paranoid about that. But in what was I going with this? I like to play games without any sound. If that's a weird thing.
Without
I'm
any sound?
at my desk. We're in my current setup. There's obviously the TV back there where my partner watches TV, and I don't necessarily like to putting on headphones or headsets. Like, it's a pretty isolating thing, right? Um, so when we're in the same room together, we're still socializing in some aspect, but I feel like once I put the headset on, it's a very different, like, all right, I am not talking to this person anymore. I'm talking to
Yeah,
whoever I'm playing with.
that's fair. I get it. Yeah.
So to Spider-Man's credit, it's a pretty good visual game where I can play it without sound, but still be pretty engaged with everything that's going on.
Because of the subtitles.
I don't use subtitles.
What?
Well, to be
Holy
fair,
smokes.
whenever I was just getting the backpacks.
Oh, okay.
But you're not listening. You're not seeing the cool people like say stuff about you, like as you swing
Go
by.
away,
and
Spidey.
No.
Do a
I
flip.
get that
like,
when I
yeah, okay, Spider-Man, do a flip.
nope.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Another game that's pretty good. Like, I like playing Madden without sound, but that's just sports. Like, I can understand what's going on without needing to hear anything. Overwatch is a really good game to play without any sound.
Overwatch?
I get that
Like
there
when you're going against people?
I
Yeah.
get that there are
Wow.
some games that you can play without sound, and it's a normal, it's fine. But I disagree with all of the ones you're playing without sound. But yeah, I get you. I understand.
I could see Spider-Man, like-
Apex is great.
Wait, without
But-
sound? You can't hear
Yeah, well,
footsteps.
all
and
of
stuff.
these,
No, but I'm
he's
saying
saying
the
without
ping
sound.
system
Yes.
in Apex is very comparable to play without sound. Overwatch, for example, without sound is difficult, but I think there's enough visualizers otherwise that I don't see it as a hindrance.
Yeah, I would play bad games without sound. Like, so the weird thing for me, and I
Like
still
Resident Evil or something.
I
can't
miss
play
it.
Fortnite without sound. I need sound for that one.
That's weird.
That's weird.
interesting.
I could play. I feel like
Yeah.
I could play that without sound.
Yeah, I could play that one without sound. The funny thing for me is, like, I had this weird thing in college where my roommate and I, we each showed up with our own TVs, and we just decided, let's put them next to each other. One can be for the video games and one can be for like HBO. And so we trained ourselves for years and years and years to be able to do both at the same time. Just have the volume a little lower on the game, you know what I mean? But still loud enough that you could hear it.
Mhm.
But so we were able to take in the two inputs at the same time. And so honestly, for me, sometimes when I'm grinding out something in Fortnite, I look to the right of my TV and I'm like, I wish there was a TV there. Like, I miss having that, because that was something I grew out of. Like, when I eventually, and it wasn't just my roommate in college. Like, I lived with him for many years after college, and we always just had two TVs, like, because it was just just thought it was the coolest thing to do ever, is have one for the games. You do the bigger one for the games because you need you need to be able to see more stuff, and then.
See, I'm a total opposite. Like, I like having, so at my desk I have two monitors. Both the monitors are hooked up to my computer, but one is I can.
But you're playing games by yourself. I'm saying I was playing with people. You know
okay.
what I mean?
Like, I need that real estate to see. I like to be able to see everything on screen in a very short distance. Playing on a big screen trips me out sometimes. It's hard. I find it hard.
Yeah, like if I'm playing a 2-player game or multiplayer game with my friend, or friends on the couch, but we can also have like the nightly news over on the right, and so we can know what's happening in the world, but not really pay attention to it because, we care more about the game and stuff like that. So I miss that, especially on games that are a little bit mundane or a little grindy or something like that. So when I'm playing the PvE version of Fortnite, the Save the World, like, it's grindy, but I do it because
you do play the Save the World. I thought you did.
I play Save the World every day because I earn V-Bucks.
Oh,
that game pays me to play it, basically. And so, but it's mundane shit. It's like it's like I wouldn't play it if they weren't paying me to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
the Save the World shit was like, I think it was like 100+ hours for the platinum. and I was all like, no thanks.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I've got a lot of trophies, but there's a lot I don't have, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just like basically they create a daily quest every day, and those quests are require you to like do 1 or 2 missions or something like that. And when you do them, you get like 50 or 100 V-Bucks, and like so I just do them every day, so or every other day, whatever, because you can save up to 3 dailies, so you don't actually have to play every day. You can store up 3 days worth of them, but then when I grind them out, it's a little boring, but I just do it because then I have stuff that I can buy cosmetics with, like in the other game. But when I'm bored, I'm like, fuck, I really wish I had a TV that I could watch while I was doing this. So I get that. I get being able to do that, but I can't understand doing it for a game that requires your attention or what I mean? Like,
Ricky said he was getting collectibles, so I think
yeah.
putting on music or like.
But I'm saying like Overwatch.
Overwatch, Apex.
Yeah,
that all requires. There's just how to say it without an inherent skill to Overwatch that I've had over the years, where you know your lanes and like the team comps and the counters.
Yeah,
so,
and
like,
the maps or whatever. Oops.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need the sound to tell me like, all right, if I see these characters on the board, then I should play this one and play this lane. And
sure.
But Overwatch is a pretty cool game to still play, because that's one of the few games where when the voice chat is a thing, like people are pretty active on that and just telling people where to push and where to go. And
yeah.
So
I can't believe they haven't done a PS5 upgrade for that yet.
Because Overwatch 2 is like due out. They're going to split up that game now into they're breaking away the PvP or PvE part of Overwatch 2 so they can launch it separately.
I know. So again, like I said, I can't believe they haven't done a PS5 upgrade to that game.
I mean, a lot of shit's been happening at Blizzard. I don't know if you've seen the
news. I'm just saying that's easy money. You know what I mean? That's it. Just seems like it would be something that would get a wider audience and would bring people back in to infuse more money in, so that you can spend it all on Overwatch 2.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
Without talking about the Blizzard stuff, I think
that crazy thing. That crazy thing where we started the night by you saying, "I just downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 18th time because they got a new update." The same thing for Overwatch. And you can't use that excuse. Like, it's not like everybody at the office is groping each other, and that's why they can't do a next gen version of Overwatch.
Okay? I want to work there.
I think that's exactly what happened.
No, I know, and that's funny it's funny that you think that's exactly what happened, but it doesn't require that team to make the PS5 upgrade. You know what I mean? It requires the C team, the C team or D team to make that. You know what I mean? Like you're porting. It's a port. You like just port it. Port it to the PS5.
Is there a PS5 port for Apex?
I don't think so. Huh. I don't think there's even an Xbox Series X one. Series one.
Yeah, that's weird to me. It's funny.
But they finally fixed Cyberpunk, so I'm thinking about playing it for the PS5 now. I've already got the 1,000 out of 1,000 achievements on the Xbox.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted because I know that it's probably a cool game. It was just, you can't buy games when, like, be careful about buying games when they first come out, because it's just, you're gonna run into a lot of shit.
It doesn't
especially
have
during the pandemic
quality.
That's kind of why I love Fortnite right now, because I know how old it fucking is, and so like they've had a lot of time to polish it. What I mean?
Same with Grand Theft Auto. Like that online experience is way different than it was when it launched.
Yeah, the other funny thing about Save the World. Save the World is, I know that it's been out for a long time, but I also know that the devs have completely shifted away from it, and they're no longer adding more stuff to it. It's just like on a rotation of, like, it has content, but it's not like they're not making new content for it, and they're not bug fixing it or anything like that. So it makes it really funny, because like when you know that, you forgive the bugs that you do find more. You're like, Yeah, well, they probably fixed a lot worse shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of this funny, weird thing to know that they said, "Nah, we're done. Whatever you got is what you got," and like,
Oh wow.
it just becomes. I mean, it's really good. I mean, like, it's not like super buggy, but I'm saying when you find little bugs in there, you're like, that one slipped through the cracks, and you're like, you just accept it. I don't know. I'm more forgiving of it because I know that they
You know what
tried.
game
They tried.
gotta update? Next gen update, Destiny 2.
Oh really?
And I kind of want to go play it.
Destiny 2 got a next gen update like last year, dude.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago, like really early. Yeah.
No,
I
first time I'm
I
hearing about it.
oh yeah, I fully played it and deleted it like
Isn't there a
last year.
new there's a new thing out there that came out recently. Whatever expansion or
Yeah, it's another expansion you can buy for like $50 or whatever. Yeah, but no, yeah, it got its expansion last year. I want to say like in the summer or something like that, or not an expansion update. It's update. But it was it was a while ago. But I downloaded it because I always search for any games that are getting the free or that gave the free upgrade or whatever. Just to give them a chance. And so when I first got the PS5, I downloaded every goddamn thing that had the option for it.
Heck yeah.
And then I just slowly started deleting things and then adding new ones as they added more. I'm still waiting for The Witcher 3. They promised that like at launch. They said when
For
it comes
PS5?
out. Yeah,
Oh,
when
really?
it comes out, it's going to be a free upgrade. And
That
I'm
gives
waiting
me
for
time
that
to
one.
play Witcher 1 and 2. So that's cool. I bought a Witcher pack on Steam because it had 1 and 2, and then I think
Yeah.
it did have 3 also. But
I own 1 and 2 on Steam, and it's rough. It's rough to play those like that. Yeah, 3
here.
is so beautiful. 3 is so beautiful.
Do they sing the "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher" or whatever song in the games, or is it just a strictly Netflix
I
show?
don't
Like,
think
that's
I've ever
strictly
heard
Netflix,
that
right?
song in the game. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good song though. It's a damn good song.
I've never heard it, and I only imagine it. And like every so often, like I'll get my guitar and I'll play like a
You've
bluegrass
never
version of
heard it
what
in real life?
I've
In
never
real
heard in
life?
real life. Yeah,
Wait, you've never watched the show?
I still haven't watched the show.
Oh
Every time
man,
I'm about to watch the show, I get sidetracked by like another show or another movie or another
dude,
Elden Ring.
kids, ass, and monster beheadings.
No, I know.
What else do you need, bro?
I know you've already sold the show to me, and like I'm already on board. It's just a matter of like there's so much more new content dropping like every
Not
day
big on
that
fantasy.
I just can't do
Yeah,
it.
we know we've had this conversation with
Mhm.
you. Like we've had this whole conversation
Yeah, this
with
whole conversation
with both of you guys like a
I'll
year or two
probably,
ago.
I'll probably watch the Lord of the Rings show. I was pretty big into Lord of the Rings as a kid, but
Yeah.
this might be the extent.
What is it about
I-
fantasy? Is it the high fantasy or the low fantasy? And I swear to God, I've asked this question to you before, Ricky.
Yeah, we're in.
I just
we're in
like guns.
repeat lands. They have guns.
I think guns and lasers
They
are
have-
cooler than.
They have guns. They have lasers too.
I prefer sci-fi. Is that an answer to your question?
Okay, yeah, and it seems like a different answer to my question then.
Yeah, because
What
he
What is
didn't
it
like
about
that
fantasy that I don't like?
That it doesn't have guns and lasers.
I'm not
But-
big
but they
on.
do have guns and lasers. But they do have guns and lasers. You
Kind
literally have a gun in the D&D campaign that we play.
Okay, let me rephrase this.
Remember that time where Brian was like, "Hey, just pick your stuff," and you're like, "Can I have this one that's a laser?"
They and like, there's no guns and lasers in Game of Thrones. No, but you're asking like, I can. It's okay. I cannot like a fantasy genre. Like,
Yeah. But we're just trying to understand is that? But do you think that that's the genre? Do you think that that guns and lasers define
no,
the genre?
no. I just don't get into a lot of high fantasy.
I won't argue that Game of Thrones, pretty sure, does not have guns or lasers. Pretty sure. It's a hard thing because we have to think about it because like guns absolutely exist in. Guns are
Well,
old, man.
I mean,
Guns
they
are
have
a lot older than you
ballistics, but
think.
they don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
guns.
Exactly. They don't have a 9mm.
I
You know what I mean?
prefer space lasers and 9mm.
But they have like
Yeah, exactly. See,
they have like fireballs, I guess, but that's not a
See,
laser.
You gotta cast a spell. Like,
They can do beams though. They can definitely
it's
do
just probably
beams.
stemming from like I don't really like Harry Potter, and that's where I associate a lot of magic with, and not for any particular reason. I never really cared for Harry Potter like growing up, but I just think like anytime I see magic, it's like, like why can't you just do the magic thing over and over again, right?
Wait, but you
For-
like Magic the Gathering?
Oh, because like good fantasy explains that actual reason.
Yes.
Like good fantasy tells you why they can't do the magic thing over and over again.
Or
like-
why they have to say certain words?
Yeah,
or do certain
yeah.
things?
I think Magic the Gathering.
No, we're not talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about good fantasy.
Oh yeah,
There's
no, yeah.
I see Magic the Gathering more of the game rather than the lore. If that makes sense.
Oh, gotcha. So you don't like
I'm not
dig
there
into
for
the lore of
I'm
Magic
there
the
for
Gathering. Yeah,
mechanics.
okay.
I know about Jason, Chandra, and all that shit, but like, it's not why I'm there.
He sure likes a lot more high fantasy than he's willing to admit right now. Like,
No, I'm there for the mechanics.
little bit.
I would say, yeah, I wouldn't say Game of Thrones is the best high fantasy. I think it's the best one that we've gotten in a while at the time. But I would say The Witcher is probably more fun.
I wouldn't even say Game of Thrones when it came out was high fantasy.
Oh, and the first entire season is not fantasy at all.
Yeah.
Like it's just not. It's just medieval.
It grew into it. Same with the books. Like the book, the book, That's what I liked about it.
The only thing fantasy about the first season of Game of Thrones is there's a skull in the basement that they claim to be a dragon skull. Mm-hmm. But it could have easily just been something that some guy hired somebody to make.
Somebody built or something.
Yeah.
Well, they do have they have the White Walkers in the prologue of the first book.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're in the. Are they in the first
show?
season?
Yeah.
Oh, they're kind of.
That's one of the first things you see.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But that's it. That's it. You don't see hide of hair of them.
But you don't know much about them. Yeah.
And you don't know much about them. Yeah. They're just introduced. They're Chekhov's gunning it.
Prefer Fallout versus we talked about this versus Skyrim. Like I just like I believe from my opinion, I think there's better sci-fi stories than high fantasy stories.
My problem with Fallout is
Fallout's better than Skyrim, in my opinion.
I like Skyrim better because I don't like the overcomplicated VAT system. I think I think it's cool, but I think Skyrim is more streamlined.
You don't think it's just like a steep learning curve with the VAT system? And then once you get the hang of it, you're good? Or do you just think it's just unnecessarily complicated?
I don't like having to pause the action.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why Skyrim
really
for me,
like Elden Ring.
Skyrim for me feels very immersive because it's just all happening in real time.
Yeah, there's no fucking pausing the action in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. It's not that I dislike. I think when I got Fallout, I thought I was going to be playing a game that was exactly like Skyrim, but with guns. And so then the VAT system's like, oh, I'm pausing everything, like, I don't know. You
don't have to use a VAT system, right? You don't.
I mean, right. You don't just ignore an entire system that's built into a game. Like that's not a. Well, as somebody who worked in video games, like you don't do that. You don't do that. Like somebody put a lot of work into that system, and I'm not saying it's a bad system. It's fun. It's just like for me, it just pauses the action in a way that turns it into like a kind of like an RTS or something. You know what I mean? Like, which is, I guess, what I wasn't ready for. I didn't want to do that. But honestly, like to me, the color palette of Fallout just bums me out, and like,
you saying you have a problem with brown?
Yeah,
what's the problem with brown?
I got a problem when everything's just dreary looking, which is why I don't like the Snyderverse. Like,
or Dick Tracy or Batman. Batman apparently.
Yeah. I only say Batman could have used a little bit more color. It's not that
the Joker is pretty colorful.
Yeah, the Joker is, and he's awesome. Like, and he's awesome.
Same with the parade at the end.
But and the parade is too. But I meant the city in general is just very dark all the time, and seeing those spots of color, from the lights and stuff like that.
So nights earlier there.
Yeah.
Wait, did you like by that rationale? Did you like the Schumacher Gotham better than the
I thought
Tim
that
Burton
went.
Gotham?
I thought the Schumacher Gotham went too far. Like in nowadays, looking at it, it's like he went too far in the course correction. But at the time, I really dug, the Batman Forever Gotham. Like I really loved those giant statues that they had. Like it
Yeah,
was
that's cool.
it was gross to see like in the nowadays like how bad that those CG flyovers like don't hold up. Like
A little
they
bit.
don't
Yeah.
look good. But in at the time they look cool, and I thought you got to see more of the city like in the day sometimes, and I don't know, it was cool. I like the Gotham in Batman Returns more than the first Batman because
Yeah. He
there's
opened
a
up the
little
color because there's Christmas
yeah
colors.
yeah exactly yeah.
Yeah.
And so I like that. I like
That
that
makes
more. Yeah. I just want a little color in my movie. That's all. It's just like so. That's why I was like blown away by Dick Tracy when it started. I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing looking!"
Right off the get, and the sunsets look pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah. And I really did love all those painted like backdrops. They were so beautiful.
Yeah, it's very Roger Rabbit. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's like baby's first noir
Did
is
you
what
see
Dick Tracy
Roger
was.
Rabbit was in the movie?
Oh yeah, the actor. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was he? Was he Itchy or no? He was
No, he was one of the reporters.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I saw him in there,
I
and I
forgot about that.
immediately.
Yeah, I forget. Like he's also the guy that's asking for a thumbprint in Back to the Future too. I didn't learn about that until like I don't know,
Something
maybe
like Charles Fleischer or something like
Charles
that.
Fleischer. Yeah, I think I learned about
Mhm.
that he was in Back to the Future 2 like maybe like 5 years ago or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
it was semi recent.
I want to go back to our fantasy conversation because
Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm not done with it.
Let's run that in the ground with Ricky. Be like, Ricky, this is
Yeah.
why you should like fantasy.
Yeah.
How dare you have opinions on?
Okay, so like, what about the monsters? Like, do you not like the monsters?
I typically don't. No.
What? So, are you okay with the monsters in the Marvel universe?
Like the werewolves and stuff.
Any?
Define monster in Marvel. Give me
No,
examples.
you define monster in Marvel.
Anything that has more animalistic characteristics, I don't really care for. Like the deviants, I don't care for the deviants. I think that they're dumb.
What about the things that Thor fights?
Dumb.
Interesting. What about the things Aquaman fights?
Also dumb. Well, let me phrase this. The things that come up from the depth or whatever, right? The little weird fish looking dudes, dumb. The final fight where they're all fighting, I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't remember the final fight. Who was in that?
Everybody, all the sea creature people.
Was it the seven houses or whatever? The seven houses of the sea or something?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if Wonder Woman 3 did a flashback to like when she was on Themyscira and she had to go fight a Minotaur, would that be dumb?
Ricky doesn't want to see that dumb shit in his movie.
I really wouldn't. Yeah.
So what about the Minotaur in Doctor Strange?
If he's more animalistic, I really wouldn't care for him.
What about your Minotaur that you play in D&D?
He's pretty dumb too. So.
Oh, is that what you play him? It's like an ironic.
I mean, I don't really know what to do with him. So.
I'm very confused.
What
about the squid people in Star Wars?
They were cool. They weren't animalistic. So.
Wait, what do you mean by animalistic?
Which squid people? Are you talking about the Quarrens?
I was talking about the Quarrens.
Oh, okay.
The ones in Mando season 2, episode 2, right?
Yeah, but Mando.
What do you mean by animalistic? Like, as in, like,
they don't appear to have any higher thought.
So you're cool with them as long as they have like a greater sentience, like a greater consciousness?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What about like a hive mind, like Starro?
I would slot that in more to kaiju, but Starro's cool.
There's an ist in here, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Is it speciest?
Or intelligence-ist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused, but yeah.
He likes what he likes. That's cool.
Yeah, I guess so. So you don't like things that are anthropomorphized, like animals that are anthropomorphized,
No, I don't mind
if they still retain animal qualities.
Yes. I'm animalist. If you want to.
Huh.
Animalist.
Interesting. So you don't like Zootopia?
No, they're all human.
Nobody.
They're all like they all have like human qualities.
The whole central plot of the movie is there's some sort of plague that's causing them to revert to their animal selves.
Yeah. And they fix it, but they're not inherently
And they fix it, but that's the entire
but
story.
they're not inherently like evil animals out, you know. If it was the other way around, I'd be a little weirded out by it, but no.
I'm confused by
Okay.
this.
But that's
Okay.
not also it's not fantasy, so I wouldn't like
Why is it not fantasy?
are we okay?
Because it's
let's
not sword and
define-
sorcery.
Is it high fantasies that we're calling like swords and dragons and shit?
Yeah,
medieval?
that's high fantasy. Like
Okay, cool.
magic and dragons and
So
shit
I don't like
that.
high fantasy, let's put it that way.
Like elves. Wait, but are we considering Zootopia fantasy? Like fantasy
I mean, I
genre?
guess it is a fantasy film, right? Would you call it a fan? I mean, what's it classified on Disney Plus?
Oh, there's some people that have videos of me enacting some fantasies.
That's high fantasy.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
hella high fantasy.
I remember when I left the theater and I saw some people getting ready to have their fantasies at Zootopia.
The Po Nuts.
Oh man, there was some furries.
There's some
There
good
was some
Judy Hop
furries for sure.
DeviantArts out there if you want some.
I don't know. I wouldn't know if I'd call it fantasy, just like a family adventure comedy. But I don't know, like what I would call it based on its setting. It doesn't seem like a urban rural fantasy or urban fantasy. I guess
it's somebody's fantasy, but I think we're using the word differently. It's fine.
If
It's
you
fine.
were to build a Zootopia ride, would you put it in Fantasyland at Disneyland?
Ooh,
No, you'd go in Frontierland.
wait, what?
Why would it be in Frontierland?
Yeah, no way.
Why the fuck would it be in Frontierland?
It would be like Tomorrowland or
Why would it be Tomorrowland?
because it's like the city of the future. It's a
Yeah.
Zootopia. Yeah.
It's a
There's no future. They're
topia.
not-
It's a
they're not.
topia. Dude, that train goes through every type of geographical region.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't know.
all
If
in
it
one
was
go.
Utopia, there wouldn't be corruption on that scale in that city.
Well, that's the irony.
but
of
they
calling
fixed
it.
it.
Topia.
They fixed it. That remember you said they
Plus
fixed
they-
it, so
plus
it's
they fixed it.
okay.
Also, that reminds me, like when I was watching Dick Tracy interact with his apartment building, I was
Mhm.
all like, "Do they just live in fucking Toontown? Is that just what happens?"
It did look like
Okay.
Toontown, for
Like I was
sure.
expecting them to load racist ass bullets into his gun, and then shoot them out at people. Dude, that literally the Native American bullet. That's the best fucking bullet, man. You get 6 of those.
Just to be clear, he was a cop wearing no uniform and no visible badge, walking down the street firing a Tommy gun. Like,
He's a
Everyone
detective,
knows
though.
who Dick Tracy was.
he's a detective.
He's a detective. No, what was
Uh.
there was something else I was watching where it was something of the man, shit. I'll have to think about what I was watching with that. But I was
There were
like,
things-
what the fuck?
Yeah, there were definitely things that cracked me up about that movie, but I did enjoy it more than I disliked things. But yeah,
Shit, I was watching something recently.
sorry, it's fun pivoting back and forth between Dick Tracy and fantasy.
Well, it's just because you guys say things that remind me of things that I wanted to bring up.
No,
but
I
then
like
totally
it.
forgot.
I think it's funny.
Um,
I'm just trying to, yeah.
So every day we have something we call 00 Sundays, and every Sunday we watch a Bond movie. And right now we're like 5 Bond movies in.
Do you just
and,
do that your whole life?
No, we just started this
Okay.
recently
gotcha.
because I bought the box set last year.
Yeah.
And short story long again. We bought it and the mailman shoved it into our mailbox when we were living in an apartment. And when you open the top of the mailbox, it slides in easy. But when we open up the mailbox, you can't pull it out. It's like a crane with the grape, trying to grab the thing from the jar. So we couldn't open it. So we left a note like, "Hey, please fucking open this." And he didn't. So I called Amazon. Amazon says to go ahead and wreck the package and we'll send you a new one. And I'm all like, "Can you make a note to drop it off on her front porch. And she's like, I'll make a note, whatever. What the fuck ever. Just shut the fuck up and get off the phone. And I'm like, okay, cool. This sounds legit. So she didn't leave the note, and the dude did it again. And we left another note, like, please fucking take this out or whatever. So eventually I just kind of wiggled it out. Like I removed the packaging of the DVD set while it was in the box. Like it was kind of like building like a ship in a bottle kind of thing. So I eventually got it out, and then it just burned me. Like the whole process just pissed me off. So I threw that DVD box set somewhere, and I found it during unpacking, like because I'm still unpacking boxes here and there. And we're all like, we should watch these. And she's like, yeah. So a couple long months go by, and we still haven't watched one. And I'm all like, okay, that's it. 00 Sundays. We watch a Bond movie every Sunday. That's how it's gonna happen. So here we are, 5 movies deep, and Bond is a horrible fucking spy. He tells everyone his real name.
I mean, he wins in all of them, so
he does arguably win in all of them. And he doesn't do
doesn't
spy
the villain
things.
get away in some of the movies?
The villain gets away in almost all of the movies. Like it's
how's that a win?
The Hail Hydra guy always gets away.
Yeah. That's not a clear win. That's not a clear win at all.
It's a victory in some sense.
But like he's slapping around women, and these are the women that like he bangs. Like she'll say something like, "Hey, let's get breakfast, Bond," and he's all like, "Hold on, I gotta take a phone call." And then she'll talk during the phone call, and he'll be like, "Slap," and I'll be like,
"Mahoney got smacked around too." By the way,
yeah, she did. She got slapped like
I was
4 or
like,
5 times.
Ooh, is that why Disney doesn't want it on their platform? Like,
but man, I mean
that and the ass crack.
But which one's worse? I think they're probably more upset about the ass crack than they are about.
That was a lot of ass crack, man. That was.
I feel like boob supersedes ass crack.
Yeah, there was a lot of nip.
Yeah,
I didn't see a lot of nip, but like I was eating lunch.
Any is too much in it.
I was eating lunch while I was watching the movie, so
my nip senses were tingling for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that further accentuates what a bad guy that what's his name? I can't even think of his name now. Alphonse freaking
Big Boy Caprice.
Yeah, Alphonse Big Boy Caprice.
Or Big Boy Caprice.
Yeah. That accentuates what a bad guy he is, that he's slapping her around.
He slaps her around and then makes her sit on his lap.
Yes. Oh man. But I mean, he has some temper problems, and I love that character quirk where he's just like, "Hey, we can work this out. We can work this. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you! No, we can work. I'm sorry. We can work this out." I kind of like that. I think that's a funny thing to have in your character, but maybe not slap around the main girl quite so much, or at least have her like Niels Bierman him later. I mean, that's how you balance out the scales. And it doesn't have to be
Ricky. Do you know what he means when he says Niels Bierman?
It doesn't have to be full Niels Bierman, but just like a reciprocative Niels Bierman.
Ricky, have you ever watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Yeah. I've seen the American version.
What is his name? Niels Bierman in the American?
I haven't seen the American version. I've never seen that one.
He's the guy that is extorting, or like
he's her psychiatrist or something.
Or? Yeah, and
who is he? Skarsgård? Isn't he Stellan Skarsgård in the?
I don't know in the American one, but he's the bad guy that she finally, when she breaks, she goes and she ties him up and then shoves a giant dildo in his butt.
I vaguely remember this movie.
You vaguely remember this movie?
I remember watching it on a date with my
girlfriend's
parents.
Oh no!
And
I don't know how anyone can vaguely remember this movie, but okay, all right. I guess giant dildos in the butts is normal fare for.
It's so commonplace that
yeah. I mean, why are you kink shaming? Like,
he was being raped. It wasn't consensual. It was against his will. A giant.
He started
dildo.
it. Is the thing.
Yeah. I'm not in any way, saying he's not also an abuser, but in that scene, he is quite a victim.
Yeah, he's pretty. when she puts the dildo in, you can see like veins in her neck, as in she's like putting in work to jam that thing
And
in.
then veins in his neck as he's receiving it.
Yeah, there's lots of. It's a veiny scene. It's a really veiny scene.
It's so
I'm looking it
that's
up
what
right now on YouTube.
that's what he
Nice.
means when he says Niels Bierman. But you should watch the original version. I don't remember.
I think it's
I
better.
don't. I think the original version
Is it all
is
subtitled?
rough.
Yeah,
No.
it's subtitled. It's good
Wait,
because it's
is it?
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's Norwegian or
Swedish.
Sweden. Yeah, Swedish.
Swedish.
It's one of those like Finnish type languages.
The original movie is pretty cool, man, and it's got the girl from stupid ass Prometheus.
Oh yeah, that's
Prometheus.
right. I forgot about that.
That's where she got famous.
Oh, that's what made her big.
Yeah, it was.
She's
She
good.
played Lisbeth
Numi
Salaman.
Rapace.
Noemi Rapace.
Numi. It's not Naomi. It's Numi.
She was in that Yesterday movie in Netflix, the straight to DVD.
Oh, I want to watch that. The one where the Beatles never existed or something.
No, I think she's
Yeah,
actually in
that's
that movie too.
I don't remember her in that.
She's like in the sci-fi movie for Netflix where it's like a clone situation or whatever. Anyways,
Are you watching the butt stuff right
I
now?
couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's probably not on YouTube.
I bet you could find it on Pornhub, but I'm not going to paste links for that.
Yeah,
I've learned the hard way not to do that in casual
because
conversation.
then what happens is you get an email from this guy saying, "Hey, I'm sorry to give you some bad news."
So I have my camera cover ready. So
yeah, he's waiting in the wings to give me bad news.
Nice.
You think they can hack the Furbo that we have?
There's another way around it, is you just go and whack off in the kitchen. Ain't no cameras in there.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless the ones I put there.
Oh wait, no, there is a camera. We have what's it called? The show, the Amazon show, I think it's called.
Yep.
Yeah, we have one of those in the kitchen. So.
Oh wait, I do too. All right, fine.
There's no escaping. I saved you, Dennis. I saved you from whacking off in the kitchen. Lindsay's all, "What the hell are you doing?" She's all making dinner and shit.
The bathroom.
I don't think I have any
got
cameras.
cameras in there too. So
I just have a peephole, but I'm the only one that uses it.
You're not supposed to admit that on the recording.
it's my house, so I can do whatever I want, right? Like
I could put a peephole wherever I want.
Who are you to say I can't have a camera in my house?
Are you renting or are you owning?
Renting.
It's not your. It's not your house.
I don't have cameras in my bathroom.
Exactly. That's the correct thing to say. That's the correct thing to say. All right, I'm gonna go because I thought we were gonna end like a while ago, and then it just the high fantasy thing took over, and it's pretty funny. But
I like what I like. What can I say?
Oh yeah, no. I just meant the conversation's funny.
Oh.
I get it. You don't like it. It's fine. But Frank, you really need to go watch the tits and the beheadings,
The Witcher,
and all the sexy times. And
the other thing that slows me down is that I want to read the book, and I keep saying that, and like I have the book on my shelf, and it's ready to be read, but then I'm all like, man, I find this other book. Like Radar will give me a book, and I'll be like, well, I got to read this because he gave it to me as a fucking gift. So now I'm stuck with this.
I mean, Lindsay read the books, and she loves the movie, she loves the show. She loves the show. I never read the books. I don't know how many she read, but she read enough to know that she knows
she likes high fantasy.
Oh, I know she knows she likes high fantasy.
Okay, good.
She likes all stories. She doesn't care. Like it's as long as they're good stories. She doesn't care what the setting is, because at the end of the day, high fantasy is just a setting. You know what I mean? Like it's just
as long as they don't have Klingon makeup when they're Puerto Rican, then it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, she's definitely read the books, but I don't think she loved the books.
Did not love them.
I don't think she loved them, but she liked them. She definitely does not like the Game of Thrones books.
Does not. Yeah, well, there's a lot of trigger warnings.
Yeah, she doesn't like those. She thinks it's a really bad storytelling, and so it was hard for her to keep going in those.
She won't like Elden Ring.
I don't. Well, no. There's a lot of wrong. Like he just puts wrong things. Like there's this one scene where Sansa laces up a boot, and then in the next scene, like she's dangling off the side of a building and her shoe falls off. And it's like, no, she was wearing boots. You described that like literally at the beginning of this chapter. So it's like just stupid things like that, and it's like, how did that get past the editors?
Yeah, I don't know. But go watch that shit, Frank. Go do it.
I'll get to it one day. I
Do
still
it.
want to. I still maintain that I'm going to read the book. I'm probably going to die of like a heart attack or something, or old age before I get to
Yeah.
watching The Witcher, and I'll never know what that song sounds like. It'll just live in my head, like in
Toss a
these weird
coin to your Witcher.
I
donks.
haven't read the book,
Valley, oh
though.
plenty.
I've only seen people sing it, not the actual thing.
You've never heard the actual thing?
It's very cool.
Oh yeah, because you don't like fucking fantasy. Yeah, all right, that tracks. That tracks.
But boobs.
But like, I even made like I want to make like a house version of it, like a toss a coin to your Witcher, like kind of like I want like a bump in like
Coin
an
to your
Eastern
Witcher.
European.
just watch the show. It's so good.
Just straight. I'm gonna make an album dedicated to different versions of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher before I watch the show. I think that'd be awesome, an awesome thing to release. I'll find the lyrics somewhere.
Sorry, Ricky, tell Selena that I'm caught up on Abbott Elementary, and it's still like, it's okay, it's funny.
All right.
It's like, I just think it's a little too ABC. I don't watch a lot of things on ABC because they're so sterile. They're just they're so watered down to just be like as inoffensive as possible. And
there's some jokes in that show that I find pretty like funny, and
I haven't laughed at anything. It's like Frank watching
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek, yeah. But do I think they're cute, and do I think they're nice people? Yeah. In the same, so
it's like internally funny, but not.
Yeah, like not enough to make me laugh actually with my mouth. Yeah. But I've been watching American Auto also. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
It's the did you ever watch Superstore?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
American Autos is from the producers of or the creator of Superstore, and
sitcom.
It's with Anna Gasteyer and John Barinholtz and some other people I've never heard of. But if you never watched Superstore is basically just like showing you how shitty capitalism is on the working class. But it just follows a bunch of people working in like a shitty ass Walmart, and like, they have to be exposed to a lot of really horrible crap. Because that's what you do when you work at Walmart, American Auto's more of a deconstruction of capitalism, but at a higher level. So it's like it's executives that are overseeing an auto company, and so you just get to see all the shitty decisions that they make that are purely for business and not for the benefit of mankind and stuff like that, so it's funny and gross at the same time, and I think I generally like funny and gross more than I like funny and sweet.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So raunchy comedy. Family comedy.
But I appreciate that view.
Yeah, I like funny with a bite to it, I think is what it is. Yeah. So Abbott has no bite. It's like a gumless.
Sometimes you prefer that though. So
yeah, that's why I don't really love Ted Lasso either, because it has very little bite to it as well.
Oh, it's another gumless show, as you say.
It's pretty gumless, but there is one episode where a guy does a bunch of drugs, and he goes on a crazy trip, and that's my favorite episode of the whole season, the whole show.
I noticed that when I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. That there's the drug episode.
Yeah,
that was my favorite episode of Boba Fett.
The drug episode, the snake in the nose. Oh, there's a snake in my nose.
The ayahuasca episode,
yeah. The ayahuasca episode's pretty good.
Yeah. That was pretty good actually. So see,
you know what? I'll call it here. I bet Moon Knight has a drug episode.
I don't know. That's kind of dangerous. I don't want to make any predictions about that, because that show's about mental disorder, and they got to be very careful, and I think they will be very careful about it. So, but we'll see. I know that show's going to be a trip, and I know the producers have said that it has nothing to do with any of the current MCU at all. It's
I've
just
heard that too.
completely its own thing, and I dig
I
that.
feel like a Blade
I,
will
lo-
show up.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like a
I love
Blade will
that.
show up.
Yeah.
There'll be a Blade in there.
You need to stop putting your crazy
There'll be a
expectations on
Blade
this
in there.
shows.
There'll be a little Blade in there.
It's not really a thing that happens often. Is Blade and Moon Knight team
A
ups?
little Blade. He's on that side of the world right now, right? A little Blade in there. A little bit. Just like the Wordle had a little
He's
bit of
on.
Blade in it.
What do you mean he's on that side of the world right now?
Isn't it in Europe? Blade less.
Supposed to
Moon
be
Knight's in New
Cairo.
York. Moon Knight's in New York, though.
The show's set in Europe, isn't it?
The setting's in New York, but
Yeah,
it looks like there's flashbacks or something.
There's flashbacks, but Moon Knight is in a New York hero.
Yeah.
I'm saying the show is set in Europe. Am I not wrong about that? Am I wrong about that?
You are wrong about that.
Yeah, I thought it was set in New York.
It's New York.
You gotta go look
you
up
think
all
it's
the
Old
trailers
York?
again.
Old York.
I feel like I have not seen any Moon Knight in New York in that show.
What about the scene where he's jumping from one building to another, and then
That's not New York.
The moonlight?
That's totally not New York.
What
I
about
could
it?
be wrong. I could be wrong. I just
think it's just York?
I feel like New York has a very distinct look, and I don't like that wasn't New York.
Moon Knight, New York has a distinct look. It can't have two buildings.
Are we gonna look up? Are we looking up this right now? Like,
we're doing it. We were gonna call it, but now we're doing it.
We were gonna call it, and you
Moon
ruined
Knight
it.
trailer. It's not where he's jumping over the buildings, right?
Yeah, I don't know why that's not New York. I don't know what about it can't be New York.
I think there was cobblestone.
Have you ever been to New York?
I have. Am I
How old were you?
Multiple reasons why I don't think that's New York? While I look this up.
Yeah.
All right, there is no New York in the first trailer. I just scanned it. You can check my work on that one. You started this. I'm just telling you.
He's finishing. I'm finishing.
There's no New York in the first trailer.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
The first trailer, there's no shots of him in New York.
How do you know that?
How do you know there's not?
No, I'm saying, like, how do you know his apartment's not in New York? Like, there's Egyptian stuff. There will be Egypt for sure. Yeah, that building where he jumps over, that's how is that not New York?
Share your screen. Give me a timestamp.
Well, it depends on the trailer and where you're watching it.
Wait, share the screen then.
Yeah,
I'm going to. Hold on a second.
Do it now.
Jeez.
Man, Tracy. Man. Not the best. Big boy, not the best.
Moon Knight.
And he only offers Dick Tracy $15,000. I gotta assume that's a month. I don't know. What's $15,000 in 1930s money?
What's not New York about this?
Oh man, I don't know. That looks kind of Europe.
Yeah. The call.
Now that I see the architecture on the left.
By the way, where the hell is the cobblestones that you're talking about? You know, cobblestones are on the ground.
That looks very European.
It does look European. I'll give Ricky that. Let me see more. Do that more.
Well, it's like that is the shot.
There's more to me that suggests that this is Europe than not New York.
I don't know. There's some old ass buildings, and look at these fancy buildings in the distance too.
Yeah, but there's no skyscrapers though.
Yeah, if you're in New York, you're going to show more. The building heights a lot higher.
Wait, what was that cathedral back there? Or what was that?
When like that showed looks like the.
I've totally seen buildings like this in New York.
Moon
Knight
it looks like
may or may not
Central
be
set in New York. We'll find out on the next time we're all here.
I've absolutely seen buildings like this in New
Are you
York.
team New York? Or are you team not New York?
Yeah,
Let us
tell
know
us in the comments.
below.
Or if this
But-
came out at a time when
I don't think Moon Knight's in New York.
if you're reading or if you're watching this video at a time where
I would be bummed if he's in New York, because that's too many people there right now.
if you're watching this video at a time where Moonlight's already released, please tell us. Please shame one of us.
There's
Pick one of us
hardly
to shame.
who's still in New York. Hawkeye and Spider-Man.
Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Falcon was there last time we saw him.
Falcon doesn't live there. He lives in New Orleans.
He was fighting in New York last time we saw him.
Previously on Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
He was
Who else
saving
is
the
there?
UN.
Doctor
The
Strange is there.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel's gonna be there.
I don't
but she's
understand
gonna
how
be in New
this.
Jersey.
I don't understand how this is an argument when it's like fully the comic books is
Yeah, but we're
like
not talking comic
almost
books, we're
everything
talking the
takes place
show.
in New York.
We're talking about the show.
yeah, but the show
There's
is based on the
nothing
comic
in the
book.
trailers that has definitively showed me that this place takes place in New York.
But they could be trying to branch out and go into Europe to start building
Yeah.
like Excalibur and Blade and
Yeah,
things of
I'm
that
afraid.
nature.
Yeah. Spider-Man, No Way Home or Far From Home, shit barely took place in New York.
And there was cobblestones.
Yep.
I think there were. Were there? Yeah, I think there were.
Yeah.
So by the way, he lives in Long Island. That's why you're not seeing the buildings as tall as you expect them to be.
Okay.
He doesn't live in Manhattan.
Long Island, Europe.
No,
Talking,
he lives in Southampton, Long Island, New York.
Cool.
So
well,
yeah.
I
there
hope
you
we
go.
see
But
that in the show.
that puts it to rest. If you guys are still watching this, please leave comments shaming everyone involved.
Shaming Ricky. Yeah.
Shame.
Just two sides of the same coin. We don't know yet.
I just don't. I don't see a reason not to have him in New York. But whatever.
Subvert expectations.
Is that really?
Yep.
Or is it just,
Get Ryan Johnson up in this
is
piece.
that subverting expectations, or is it just overcomplicating things? Because then you have
complicate things.
because Moon Knight is not a world level crime fighter. He's a street level crime
He
fighter.
can't hang out in Europe. Like
He can, but what I'm saying is it makes it harder for him to team up with the other street level crime fighters if he's living across the pond. Blade is a globetrotter. That's fine.
Mhm.
He can go all over the world. That's what he does, But that's not really Moon Knight's thing. He's not really he's not doing that in the same way. So, I mean, does he have Egypt storylines? Yes, he does. But, does he have the resources? For sure he could.
Mhm.
But it's just most of the time his comics are him in New York.
Yeah.
So I would have been weirded out if Daredevil wasn't in New York, and
Well,
and
that's tied to his character, though. It's kind of like Black Panther and Wakanda. It's kind of tied to his character.
First time you saw Black Panther wasn't in Wakanda.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not saying he's not going to be exclusive, or that he's going to be exclusively in New York, because clearly he's going to be in Egypt.
I'm just saying there's nothing from those shots that have showed me definitively that he is in New York.
All right. Well, let's go away then, so that
All right.
you can find out in 2 weeks when we come back.
Find
to
out
the
in
show.
2 weeks.
Yeah, the sooner we go away and go to sleep, the sooner we can find out in 2 weeks.
Yes, everybody. I'm glad this could end in an argument. Have fun.
Welcome
Have
to
fun.
Denix Media. We're throwing it back, guys.
Next episode we'll have Moon Knight stuff to talk about.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and shame.
See ya.